Have you ever caught yourself doing something and not understanding why exactly you did it? For example, you open the fridge even though you've just eaten. Or you say something that hurts a loved one and then think, why did I say that? Or you meet someone new and from the very first second you feel trust or, on the contrary, dislike, even though there seem to be no real reasons. All these strange moments are explained very simply. Behind you stands the subconscious. It is like the invisible director of your life. You think you're running the stage, but in reality, most of the script has already been written inside you. Today we'll talk about what the subconscious hides. In simple words, without heavy terminology. I'll explain what secret mechanisms live there, how they influence us every day, and most importantly, how we can befriend this hidden level of the psyche. Part 1. What is the subconscious? Picture an iceberg in the ocean. Above the water, you see only the tip. That's our consciousness. We believe we're in control of our lives. But under the water lies a massive block of ice, and that is the subconscious. It is many times larger than the conscious part, and it is what determines where the iceberg will drift. Compare it to a computer. You see the screen, that's consciousness. You see programs, folders, the cursor. But behind it runs a huge operating system. You don't see it, yet it controls everything. And if there are viruses or outdated programs there, they will interfere with you no matter where you click. Part 2. Hidden programs within us. The subconscious is formed in childhood. A child absorbs everything like a sponge. If a mother says, "Don't touch, it's dangerous," the subconscious forms the belief the world is unsafe. If a father often criticizes, the program appears, "I'm not good enough." We grow up, forget these moments, but they continue to control us. Example: someone fears public speaking. They think it's just stage fright, but deep inside is the memory of forgetting a poem in kindergarten and being laughed at. The subconscious says, speaking equals danger. You'll be ridiculed again. Another example, habits. Why do we reach for our phones even when nothing new is there? Because the subconscious is waiting for a small dose of pleasure. A like, a message, a notification. We act automatically. Part 3. Mechanisms of the subconscious. The subconscious reveals itself in 3 striking ways. First, dreams. This is the language of the subconscious. Symbols, images, strange stories. Jung called them messages from the unconscious. Second, automatic reactions. Have you noticed how sharply you react to criticism? Consciousness doesn't have time to intervene. Anger, hurt, the urge to defend yourself, they flare up in fractions of a second. Third, the body and emotions. You walk into a dark staircase and suddenly feel uneasy, even though nothing has happened. That's the subconscious whispering, "Be careful." Part 4. Hidden power of the subconscious. But the subconscious is not only about trauma. It also holds enormous power. Sometimes a solution comes in a dream, or suddenly while you're in the shower. You've been struggling with a problem, and suddenly, bam, an insight. That's the subconscious at work. Artists, writers, scientists often say the idea seemed to come from above, but in reality, it came from the depths of the subconscious. Part 5. Traps of the subconscious. But this power has a darker side. Self-sabotage. You want to start something new, but keep postponing. The subconscious whispers, "What if you fail? Better not risk it." Limiting beliefs. Phrases from childhood. "You can't do this. That's not for you. Money only comes through hard work." And we live by these rules without realizing it. The shadow. Jung said each of us has a shadow, repressed qualities, envy, aggression, desire for power. We hide them, but one day they break through in a quarrel, an outburst, or sudden anger over nothing. Part 6. How to work with the subconscious. The good news is that we can get to know the subconscious and rewrite the script. Self-observation. Notice your thoughts and emotions. Write them down. That's already a step towards awareness. Journaling. Each evening, record what happened and how you felt. In these notes, the subconscious begins to show itself. Meditation. When the stream of thought slows, insights rise from the depths. Dreams. Write them down, even the strangest ones. Over time, symbols and patterns emerge. Questions to yourself. For example, why did I react that way? What was I afraid of losing? Sometimes a single question opens up a whole world. Conclusion. The subconscious is not an enemy. It is a vast part of who we are. Yes, it holds fears. Yes, it holds pain. But it also holds strength, memory, and wisdom. Imagine, your whole life you've been driving a car with the steering wheel hidden under the hood. And now for the first time, you're holding it in your hands. The car is the same, but now it goes where you want it to. The subconscious is our ally. It holds the keys to self-understanding, to healing, and to growth. And if you begin this journey, one day you'll discover that beyond fear lies immense freedom. Thank you for being with me.